People that I come from a family of 9. I have 5 sisters and 1 brother. They usually say one of 2 things. Either, "Oh, your poor brother," to which I say, "Don't feel bad for him. He was just fine." Or they say, "Oh, your poor father." That one I just smile and think back to a time when I might have agreed with them. Having 5 kids, 4 of them daughters, all in their teenage years at once, could not have been easy. Being child number 6, I had the opportunity to see into the future and what was in store for me when I hit my teenage years. I was a teenager in training, watching and listening to the squabbles and the difference of opinions between siblings and father. He was always on everyone's back. He knew what buttons to push and how to get under everyone's skin. I was always loyal to my siblings, always on their side, ready to lend my support when needed. You need me to throw in a snide remark? Okay. You need me to flash him a dirty look? Done. I thought he'd be worn out by the time I turned 13, but no. He stayed strong. He was equally as annoying and relentlessly invading my world. He was determined to ruin my life and make sure I had as little fun as possible. He was sneaky and a snoop. One day I missed the bus for school and told him he needed to give me a ride. After a heated exchange of words, we were on our way. I told him, drop me off at the side of the school, as there was no way I was going to be seen with my dad. You know what I'm going to say. He pulls up right to the front entrance where all the kids were getting off the buses. I mumbled something horrible under my breath, called him a nasty name, and got out of the car, slamming the door. He laid on the horn, rolled down the window, started waving to me, laughing, telling me, "Have a good day at school." I was so humiliated. I told all my friends what a jerk my father was. The next few years saw Katie away at college, Colleen, Susie, Mike, Mary, getting married, moving out of the house, starting their own families. Lori and I had my father's undivided attention. We would vent to my sisters how awful Dad was, how he wouldn't let us out of the house on school nights, how he lived to irritate us. Only this time they didn't have our backs like we had theirs. They told us to go easy on him, how he really was a good guy. They would even invite him over to their house for beers and a couple laughs. We couldn't believe our ears, betrayed by our own blood. Then one day, toddlers Jason, Kelly, and Eric were at our house. I watched my dad give them endless pony rides. He let them jump all over his back. He would get on the floor, he'd get one on the floor, and give him the works, while the others were jumping on top of him. They were all laughing so hard, and it went on forever. It made me laugh. And slowly, I began to look at my father in a much different way. He was a fun guy to have around. He lit up when the little kids were around. My heart began to soften whenever I saw him with his grandkids. All of it continued with each new arrival. When my son Timmy was born, I couldn't wait for the day when Grandpa got his first smile out of him. He worked hard for it, and when Tim smiled at him, I knew that was it. He said Timmy passed the test, and I was beaming with pride. Just for added insurance, I dressed him up in an Irish sweater and a cap, and you never saw 2 cuter leprechauns in your life. The next stop was McPartland's bar. That was it. That was the big time. I now had gone over to the other side. My dad was the greatest. And yes, Mom, he is cute. When I moved an hour away and put Timmy in daycare, Dad would drive down to Springville and stop in for a quick visit with Tim. I never knew when he would go. The teachers would tell me, Papa came for a visit. He became quite popular with the 3-year-olds. I have a picture of my dad sitting in the middle of a playroom floor with 6 little boys surrounding him. They were all laughing so hard, and I will always be eternally grateful to him for that. Thank you, Dad, for pretending to be offended when Timmy and Peter Lysing nicknamed you Whitey. Thank you for acting like Greg's high five hurt your hand. Thank you for calling Petey's name on Christmas Eve and then pretending you couldn't see him standing in front of you and continue to call his name. Thank you for your sense of humor, for always lending a helping hand, for driving us crazy, and for being the cutest leprechaun there ever was. I know you made it into heaven 5 minutes before the devil got the word.